Hey everybody, it's Allie from Geek Alchemy, here today with the cutting video of Moose and Squirrel. It's been more or less a week. We're starting with Squirrel. Gonna take some of those sides off. I didn't clean up the edges as well as I should have. Alright, so today I want to talk to you a little bit about the farmer's market. I mean, maybe by the time you get this, it'll be old news, but for me, it just kind of happened. There we go. My husband and I, had a little date / day out of the house over the weekend, and we ended up at the Newberry farmer's market. We got some really good items. If you're local, you should definitely check it out. Ooh, look at this Spirulina. Isn't that cute? Oh, it looks so nice. For those of you who didn't see the video or the one from last year, Squirrel has the additives of French green clay and Spirulina. Last year, it was leather fragrance oil and coriander. No, cilantro essential oil. Well, something about the saponification process, it must have eaten up some of the essential oil because it never came through the finished product. Not that leather smelled bad or anything, but it wasn't what I originally wanted. So this year, and with Baby last year, I decided to revise the fragrance and add a little bit of apple pie in replacement of the essential oil. And somehow it just blends beautifully together with this. All right, so back to the story. While we were out, we checked out the Newberry Farmers Market, and if you haven't gone, you really should. Not just because of what I'm about to tell you, but because there's some nice treasures of farmers and vendors there. While we were there buying some amazing products, we happened upon the manager of the farmers market. Apparently there's new management now from when I was looking last year to get in, and after we started talking and I started talking about my business, once it came up, I was not only invited to the Newberry Farmers Market, but I was invited to the High Springs Farmers Market because, lo and behold, the one vendor I was talking to, who we were getting some vegetables from and some canned goods, their neighbor was the High Springs Farmers Market manager. And even though they have soap vendors already, because my business model is so different from theirs, she invited me out there and said that if I could show up weekly, that it would really set me apart. The other vendors try and show up bi-weekly. That way one is there one week and the other is there the following. I guess so that I don't know if they planned it that way or if it happened. The manager didn't mention it, but it's not really, that's not really important to the story. But she said if I could show up weekly and because apparently there's a need for steady and not just occasional work for a soaker. She says it would be really awesome because they have weekly customers who shop most frequently at vendors who are there regularly. So I got myself a spot at both the Newberry and the High Springs Farmers Market. The High Springs Farmers Market, their location originally, from where they were originally, has moved to City Hall. Their original location is supposed to be under construction right now. They're eventually going to be getting a pavilion and electricity, and it's supposed to be really cool, but there is no date, no official time frame for when they'll be moving into their new, or back to their, original spot. So for now, they're at City Hall in the parking lot on Fridays, because City Hall is closed on Fridays. Newberry Farmers Market is where it's been since it started, and that is in the vacant lot in between the old cold storage and the little bitty downtown strip. The building that it's next to was vacant for a while, but now there's a pharmacy there. If you go a couple doors down, you'll see a vintage, I believe it's called the Vintage Market, and they have some really cool items there, obviously, vintage-y stuff. So we got 2 little end pieces. Oh, I really like the swirls in this one. Even though it got hard, the batter got hard, it definitely still produced some really cool looking swirls. All right, I'm gonna clean this up and set up Moose. I'll be right back. All right, here is the top of Moose. I want to show you this other side. Look at the swirls going on in there. I can't wait to pop this baby open. I want to know what the difference is between this soap and the last soap that I did. Same recipe, but the Oncoming Storm and Wizard came out so soft. The only thing I can figure the difference is, ooh, look at that. The only difference I can think is that I left the silicone molds in their metal baskets and didn't open up the sides at any point to let air in. I don't know. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at the swirls on this. Oh wow, tell me those aren't beautiful. This is much better. I'll admit, when I was pouring, I thought the black. Ooh, look at that side. I like that side better. I honestly thought I put too much black in, the way it looked like it was going into the mold. But so far, it does not feel like I'm being overrun with the swirls. Let's bring these back. Oh gosh, these are so nice looking. All right, so I didn't clarify the times yet. So if you're local in the High Springs area, of Florida, you're not familiar with the times. It is Fridays at City Hall for now. I'll announce when that sort of thing gets moved. And it's from noon to 4. They do allow set up an hour early and to start early and to leave early if you need. So I may or may not go that route. I may start at 11, leave at 3, just because of the need to pick up my kids. But we'll see how the first couple weeks go before I make anything definitive. Newberry's farmers market is also noon to 4, but they are on Saturdays. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at that. Oh, I am in love with this design. And I'm so glad the blue didn't fade to some, like infantile blue. It's so hard to tell with cold processed soap sometimes. Sometimes the colors just fade so ridiculously. And personally, it's annoying. I mean, a lot of times I'd rather just have a plain old soap than to deal with these colors that change on me. But this is essentially where I was hoping it would be. This is nice. In light of people wanting some more free shipping options, I've decided that I would set up a new option on my checkout. Oh wow, these are so pretty. And as long as you spend no less than $3, which I don't think I have a thing in the store that's under that, it will auto-populate the option to pick up at the Newberry Farmers Market or, ooh, look at that. Oh, it's so cool looking. Oh, wow, these are beauteous. Oh my gosh, I love these. This incarnation of Squirrel and Moose is by far my favorite, at least compared to last year's incarnation. These turned out far more closely to my imagined design than what last year's came out as. I really, really like these swirls, these designs. Oh my gosh. In case I didn't finish that thought, I think I did. If you have a gift you want to buy, have a soap that you just must have, a soap dish because you need to make sure that the kids don't put their soaps in puddles so that your soap lasts longer. You want to make sure that it doesn't get sold out before you get to the farmer's market. You can buy online like you normally do and pick up at the farmer's market. That way I'll have it set aside in its own little either bag or box for you to take home. It will already be paid for. You just have to tell me your order number and the contents, and I hand you your stuff. And it'll be that easy peasy. No shipping to worry about. If you're already going to be at the farmer's market and your hands are going to be full, you don't have to worry about whipping out your wallet yet again with full arms, hoping not to knock over anybody's displays. And just pick up and go if you need. Of course, if you're not going to pick up at the farmer's market and you live across the country, please don't pick that as an option, because obviously you won't get it. If you accidentally pick one of those options and you won't be at the farmer's market, you need me to mail it out to you, then I will calculate the shipping separately and email you the invoice for it. All right, you guys, I am stoked, not only with my new locations that I'll be at weekly, but these soaps just turned out beautifully. They didn't stick to the edges like the last batch did, which I was a little worried about, to be completely honest. These are gorgeous. Oh, I could go on and on about how much I love these. I'll probably stare at them for a couple hours later today. For now, I have other things I must do. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a geeky day. Enjoy it. Bye.